All right. Hi, everyone. It is Queen Cole here, your host of Light the Path podcast. And this is part two. I have Angela here. She will be talking about getting her second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. So, welcome, Angela, back to the show.
Hello again.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Okay, thank you again for spending time with the Light the Path community, letting us know everything that we need to know about the COVID-19 vaccine. And first of all, I want to know, what should we expect when we go there to get the vaccine? What should we expect?
So the process for getting the vaccine is pretty simple. It's pretty much like getting a flu shot. I mean, the preparation for it is a lot of it's in the background. So they have to let the vials sit out for so long. Then they have to drop a certain amount of diluent and then a certain amount of the vaccine. But when you come to get your vaccine, it's really just coming to get like you're getting a flu shot or any other IM injection.
Okay. See, I've never had a flu shot, believe it or not. I've only had the flu one time in ever in life, and I don't wish that on anybody because it was the aches, the body aches is what really took me out.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but it's not, the probably the day of, it's not bad. You just get the shot. Your arm might be a little bit sore, but other than that, it's pretty simple.
Okay. Okay. So how are you? When did you have the second dose? And walk us through that up until today.
So I got my second dose. It was the middle of the week. It was on a Tuesday. It was January the 5th. They called me and they said, "Hey, we're going to come give you your shot." I was actually working at the COVID clinic that day. So she like came over, ran in, and was like, "Okay, you ready?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm ready." So I got that shot. I was great the rest of the day. I felt fine. Came home, didn't do anything. Like my arm was a little bit sore, but I really didn't think anything of it. The next day, though, probably about noon, I got this sudden feeling of like just fatigue. Like I was just tired. Like I just felt like I had just like been up all night and I needed to lay down. So I made it through the rest of the day. I left work about 5 o'clock. By that time, I was even more tired. They were all asking me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm good. It's just the vaccine. It's just my immune system like trying to kick COVID's butt." So that's what I kept saying throughout this. So I like came home and I laid down and I laid down. That I mean, like I don't think I did anything else. I really couldn't get up. I was so tired. And then that night, probably about 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I had a fever of about 101. And so I took some Tylenol and I kind of walked around, but it was kind of eerie to me because it seemed like some of the symptoms that my patients like described I was having. And I don't know if I was just paranoid because I was like, okay, I know I don't have COVID. I know this is just the vaccine. But so I had like some body aches and then like some chills. And then that morning I called in because I was like, I can't go to work today. I was so tired still. And then I stayed at home. And then probably about noon that day, I started to feel a little bit better. So I was still super tired, but I felt like I could get out of bed and like move around. And even me, like when I get sick, I'm still up. So I was still up during the day, like in the morning, I was still like walking around. I was trying to clean up, make breakfast and stuff. And so, but I was just tired. I just felt like I didn't have the oomph like I did before. And then by like 2, 3 o'clock, I was starting to feel better. And then I took some more Tylenol. And then my wife came home probably like 6 o'clock because she was worried. And I was fine by then. I was up. I had cleaned the house and everything. So by like the 48-hour mark, all my symptoms were gone. So it was really crazy because it was like 24 hours, like the mark that I got it. I got symptomatic and I was symptomatic for that full 24 hours. And then after that, it was like nothing ever happened. And then even through the rest of the night, the day, I was completely fine. But yeah, that second one, that definitely, it knocked me down a little bit. And that's kind of the thing that we've been getting from everybody else is that, yeah, it knocks you down, but like you're back up within like 24 to 48 hours. You're fine. You're back to normal. So
Okay, and I like the fact because even as you're saying this, you're smiling.
yeah,
And I'm over here holding my arm like I didn't got a vaccine, and I have it. I literally start holding myself like bracing for you to say something And then
No.
and then I took my sock off, and there was a third. It was just I was
No.
bracing.
There were no extra appendages. Like everything's normal. I feel fine. I mean, I would do it again. I mean, 100%. And I feel like now that we're providing more education to people, because we've given, like, I think our clinic has given over 1,000 vaccines at this point. So we've like prepared people so well that we've told them, like, you're gonna get side effects. Like, just prepare yourself that you're gonna have side effects. And if you don't, then you're like the lucky group that didn't get it. But we just kind of have been telling people, like, yeah, you're gonna be a little tired, you might get a fever, don't worry about it. Like, it's probably just the vaccine. So we literally probably haven't had anybody come in for reactions to the vaccine that I'm aware of. I can't speak for the other providers, but yeah.
Okay, well that's good. And I was just thinking, I'm like, man, Tylenol be helping for everything, don't it?
Tylenol will save your life. I took a gram of Tylenol, and I have a whole new respect for Tylenol now. I'm like, oh my god, it was awesome.
I'm
I felt
telling
like
you, I'm saying PMS symptoms afterwards,
yeah,
after a baby, after a tooth extraction.
man,
I mean, Tylenol just be
everything.
kicking it. Why Tylenol didn't come up with something that we could take besides Pfizer? Why they didn't be?
Well, they, Tylenol would have made the, if they would have made the vaccine, I think more people probably would have been on board too. But
Yeah,
yeah, but
I mean, if it
yeah,
would have been a pill form, I probably would have been more open to it. I don't know.
yeah,
It's just a whole something that I don't know what's in the syringe. Not that I know what's in Tylenol either, but
right,
I
right.
didn't see Tylenol. It's been around. It's proven. Like I have evidence of times where, I stubbed my toe or had something, and they're like, just take Tylenol. I'm like, word, I'm
It
on it.
does. It really works.
And there
Yeah.
are no side effects from Tylenol. Like,
Right.
I don't know none. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure there are, but I'm just saying, like, there's no. Well, there is a warning label on it, but
Right.
it's
And
just
that's
not
what I'm
saying
on
stuff
on
that
the COVID vaccine. But
that we
like
hear from the conspiracy theorists. The
right.
conspiracy theorists are not.
I know, yeah, the conspiracy theorists are like thriving, but it's been crazy because a lot, like when I first did this interview, the first one I did, like I was telling you about all the patients that said no, and now my phone, like at my practice, does not stop ringing for this vaccine because their friends are getting it, and like they're saying they're fine, and like the more and more people that get it and they do fine, like we're hearing more and more people that are willing to step up and get the vaccine. I've convinced a lot of my patients, even in this last month, to, like, it's okay, it's safe, I did it. A lot, my oldest patient in my practice has done it, like everybody's fine. We haven't had
And then,
anybody
so
like
tell me about your practice. What is the demographics for your clinic? Because I believe you, and after talking to you, I believe you. You make me want to say maybe, but
yeah.
me seeing Joe Biden do it, I'm like, nah.
I
I don't believe it. I'm just being honest
know.
with you.
Well, like, so my practice, so the clinic that I work in, like we see primarily family practice. I mean, we have a lot of different other things like podiatry, cardiology, orthopedics, but the majority of the practice is family. So we see from birth to death, basically. And a lot of our practice now is we have a whole separate clinic. So we have an offsite clinic that we see nothing but COVID patients. And so, that's been slowing down a little bit, but I mean, we're still getting a lot of patients popping positive, and having to provide treatment. We're also still seeing a lot of patients in the hospital, unfortunately, as well.
Because is it black and brown people there?
So the biggest thing is New Mexico. So it's
Okay.
majority of Native Americans, Hispanics, and like a couple of other races sprinkled in. But the majority of the population is Native American. So
Okay, okay. I mean, because I'm thinking you saying that they went up, because I mean, I don't want to say we're the only skeptics, but the only people that I know
yeah.
that look like me are skeptics. And that's why I wanted you to come on, is to really to educate us and to see someone who is not a public figure that's using it to get our vote or to get something from the black or brown community. So I appreciate you for coming on, sharing your experience, and taking the time to educate us also on on the vaccine.
Right. And I appreciate you giving me the platform to do it. I was actually super excited for this. I was like, this is awesome. We need more people that look like me that are spreading awareness about this. So I completely understand. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for being on Light the Path.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.